All right, as we come to the beginning of this practice of joyful yoga, I'd like to know if any of you have ever heard of laughter yoga. Raise your hand, those of you on the screen, if you've heard of laughter yoga. Okay, cool, because we're gonna do a little bit of that today. And you might think I've lost my mind. I probably have. But if there's anyone else in the house with you, they're going to think you've lost your mind, and that's okay too, because we're going to do a little bit of laughter yoga today. And really, you can think about these laughter yoga exercises as breathing exercises. So as we come to the seat, I just want to read this paragraph about laughter yoga so you can kind of see the methodology behind it. This combines laughter exercises with yoga breathing techniques, which brings more oxygen to the body and brain, leaving us more energized and improving our overall physical and mental health. Just 10 minutes of laughter yoga exercise can reduce stress, improve your immune system, help you sleep better at night, and keep your mind positive during challenging times. So how does that sound? So here in this comfortable seat, I'm going to ask you to take both of your hands and just place them on your belly. And you're going to inhale, puff your belly up as much as you can. No one's looking. And then you're going to exhale with the sound ha as the belly squeezes in. Inhale, puff it up. Ha. Puff it up. Ha. And then you're going to do 3 in a row. Ready? Ha, ha, ha. Ha, ha, ha. Ha, ha, ha. Ha, ha, ha. One more time. Ha, ha, ha. And then just pause with your hands on your knees. Roll your shoulders a few times. And just feel that. Might feel ridiculous. It might feel silly. But notice if even just that little tiny exercise put a smile on your face. We're going to reach the arms up and exhale, press the arms down. Do that a few times. For today, friends, I want to invite you to let your breath be loud. And normally we say, keep your lips closed and breathe through the nose. Today, you can be a mouth breather, all right? Today, we're just going to do some joyful movement and breaths. Now, inhale your arms up, reach as high as you can. And when I say exhale, we're going to laugh and shake our arms down, okay? So inhale, exhale. Do it again. Inhale. Inhale. Inhale the arms again. Interlace your fingers, press your palms up. And if that doesn't put a little smile on your face, I don't know what will. Stretch tall. And then release the hands, drop one hand to the ground, reach the opposite arm up, and just reach and breathe through the side body. As you come back upright, the arm crosses the body, sweep the other arm behind you, come into an easy little twist. Breathe deep, warming up the spine. And then come back to center, reach the arms high. We'll go the other way. Drop one hand, stretch up through the side, reach and breathe. And then lifting upright, cross your body, move into the twist, and just take a few deep breaths right here. You made it to your mat today. Congratulations. No more guarantees for the rest of the day, but we can guarantee that we did this one thing. So congratulations. Come back to the center, hands on the knees. Inhale, pull your chest forward. Exhale, pull your chest back. And we're going to do this again with that ha sound. So ha, 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 Breathe in through your nose and then ha, ha, 3 more. Ha, ha, ha. Inhale, pull forward and breathe here into a little back bend. Pull your shoulders onto your back. Lift your chin, lengthen your belly. And then round your spine. Open the shoulder blades, chin to chest. Breathe into that back. And then coming up to center, a couple more big shoulder rolls. I'd like you to think of the funniest person in your life. Who is the person that always can just make you laugh with their silly jokes or their facial expressions? Maybe it's a kid. Who's the funniest person you know? I want you to think about them right now. Think of their smile, their laugh. And then I want you to just make this mudra, like kind of like hang loose. You're going to pick up your cell phone and you got that person on the phone, and I want you to laugh. And drop the hand, do some more shoulder rolls. Even if you're just listening to me laugh, that's probably making you giggle a little bit, right? If there's nobody home, don't be inhibited. Try the laughter and see what happens to your body. Take your other hand into hang loose. Find that funny person again. Ready? Oh, you're so funny. All right, hands on the knees. Let's take one more nice deep breath in. Bring your hands to heart center and put the biggest smile you can on your face. Just a big cheesy grin. Think of the word joy. And with the word joy comes also peace, just a peaceful sense of abiding joy. Let's bring a little more of that into our lives today. Go ahead and come around to a tabletop position. And we're going to start here like we often do with cat-cow. So let's do a slow cat-cow first. Inhale, lifting the tailbone, let the rest of the spine come up, and then reverse. Your toes can be pointing backwards or tucked under, whatever feels good to your body. And then just start to create a rhythm that feels perfect to you. It might be a little faster. You might enjoy that slow breath. And then from a neutral spine, pick your right foot up behind you, point the toes, and then exhale, tuck the knee to the chin. And we're just going to move like this with our breath. Let's make the H sound softer. Just building heat, feeling the strength of the core. 3 more. And then the next time that foot comes forward, let it come all the way to the top of the mat, finding this kneeling lunge. Just a little length in the front of that knee, the front of that hip. And let's start our movement forward and back. We'll do a lot of flow today, a lot of movement, just really the goal being to move all of the joints of the body in a healthy way. Invite all of the muscles to move those joints and just distribute oxygen more efficiently to the whole body. Let's come back forward and we'll tuck the back toes, lifting that knee, coming into a low lunge. And just see what happens there. See what you're feeling with that nice low lunge. And then slowly step the back foot to meet the front foot. Come into a forward fold and walk your fingers to the left side and the right side of your feet. Just a little bit of a sway here. Nice and easy. And then coming back to center, press the hands to the shins, lift halfway, and then let's sweep the arms all the way up and exhale down into chair. Inhale, reach. Exhale, chair. And start to make that ha sound again. Ha. And really sniff that breath in. Imagine that your inhales can just bathe your brain with oxygen. 2 more times. 1 more time, lift. Sink down into chair, pause right here, and fly your arms behind you. Airplane arms, squeeze the shoulder blades together, belly stays strong. Feeling the heat, feeling your strength. Inhale, sweep the arms up and back just a little bit, and then we'll exhale, forward fold. Walk your feet back into downward facing dog and pedal out your heels. Let's lower the knees to the mat. We'll come back to our tabletop position. Flat feet or tucked, your choice. And then just rock your hips side to side. Just feel those edges. Do your best to keep a little pleasant grin on your face. Just maybe smiling behind your closed lips. That'll soften the muscles of your face. And then back to neutral, extend the left leg up into sunbird, and then tuck the knee to the chin. Move with your breath with that soft H sound. And you can do this with your lips open or closed today. Whatever helps you feel like you're being efficient with your breathing, moving oxygen around. 3 more times. And the next time you come in, let's step forward, finding our kneeling lunge. I'm just pausing for a moment here to find that hip flexor. Deep, slow breaths. And then begin the movement forward and back. It might feel good to stay in one of these places. You're welcome to do that. Or maybe it feels good to flow. You can choose your pace, faster than me, slower than me. This is your practice. Perhaps the only time you'll have today that's just for yourself. Let's hold the hamstring stretch for a couple of breaths. And then lifting forward, tucking those back toes, come to low lunge. A little more work here. Deep, slow breaths. And then let's let the back foot come forward to meet the front foot. Walk your fingers again to the sides of your feet, back and forth. And then from the center, let's press coming into a flat back. Find that strength in the muscles of your torso, and then inhale the arms up high. This time we're going to climb a rope. So reaching the fingers, one arm higher than the other, just back and forth with breath. Your side body's waking up, working and stretching. And then both arms reach. And on the exhale, circle the arms around in front of you, cross your forearms, come back up. And on the exhale, cross the opposite arm in front. See if you can kind of coordinate. One comes in front of the other, then the other, and then sink into your chair. Ha breath. One more time, each side, crossing over. Inhale, the arms reach high, stretch as tall as you can, and then bring your hands to your heart. Let's start to kind of slow things down just a little bit. Sun salutations. So we're going to move a little more slowly. Inhale the arms up. Big exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose. Take the full breath in. On your knees or toes, lower halfway down. Inhale to cobra or upward facing dog on the tops of your feet. Exhale, downward facing dog. And here in down dog, let's pedal a little bit vigorously. Let's just find a little pumping of the heels, working through the feet. And then both heels reaching down. Shake out your neck. Looking forward, step the feet to the hands. Half lift, forward fold, exhale. Inhale, arms reach high. And bring your hands to your heart. We'll do that one more time, reach high. And bow low. Half lift. Downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose, knees or toes. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale to cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. And again, just vigorously pump your heels. Notice your breath. And then both heels down, pause. Full breath in and a big sigh out. And then slowly walk feet to hands. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Rising high, extended mountain. And bring your hands to your heart. So we're going to do a fun little movement here that I really love. It's called Flight of the Bird. And so we're going to step back with one foot, and it's kind of like a little warrior one stance. And the elbows come back, the heart flies open. So that's your inhale. There's a little back bend. It's like you're spreading your wings. And then we come back, hands to heart, and we just switch legs. Step back, step forward. So we'll start out kind of gentle and slow. And what I'd like you to feel is your shoulder blades squeezing and opening. Just like if you had wings on your back. They're attached to those shoulder blades. And you're moving with your breath. And you might take a wider wingspan, might feel good to go lower or higher. You can get a little creative here. No one's watching. And then we're going to add the H breath. Let your eyes rest on one point and let your body flow like a bird in flight. Taking in all the fresh air as you soar through the breeze. You're building up a lot of heat around your shoulders, your chest, your upper back. You're giving your heart a little more space to beat in. Let's go one more time, both legs. And then pause at the top. Place both of your hands over your heart. Root down through your feet and take a few deep breaths. Just feel this again. The word joy. deep, abiding, peaceful joy in this moment. Heart beating, lungs breathing, maybe body warm, joy. Reach the arms high, take a nice deep breath. Swan dive, forward fold. Step the left foot back. Let's drop the knee once again and come to a kneeling lunge. You can use a block here if you like to raise up a little higher, or you can press up onto your front thigh. Let's just get a little opening here in that hip flexor. Let the left arm reach down toward the ground and then slowly reach up to the ceiling. And if your lower back is saying A-okay, lift up through the whole spine and then lean back a little farther. Just give yourself a little back bend here. A little space across the ribs, the chest, the armpit. And lowering back down. Let's tuck the back toes, come to low lunge. And then the back heel drops, scooping our arms up to warrior one. Welcome to Warrior Wednesday. So we'll take a nice slow flow here. The inhale will reach up and maybe slightly back. On the exhale, let's hinge from the hips, come over the leg and fly the arms behind. And we'll move a little more slowly with this. Time for a slower, more full breath. You can use your nose or your mouth for this breath. Just move nice and slow. Take the full range of motion. And then one more time, reach all the way up high, interlace your fingers, press your palms up, and just pause here to just celebrate the space in between. The feet pressing into the earth and the hands pressing up toward the ceiling. Let your body lengthen into this space. Enjoy right here, right now, in this present moment, abiding joy. And release the hands. Let's peel the body open into warrior two. Take a nice wide warrior stance. Just kind of feel the strength of your legs. And then we're going to turn both palms up. On the inhale, lift the arms and straighten the front leg. And then back to warrior two. Let's move with breath. And back to warrior two. Hold here. Look over your right middle knuckle. Shoulders relaxed. Hands relaxed. Steady focus. Reaching forward, let's bend over that right leg for side angle. So our first stop is here. You just reach your fingers to the ceiling. Second stop could be here, reaching up on an angle. And if you'd like a little deeper stretch or bigger sensation, bring your fingers down to the block or floor inside your foot. And just breathe here. Let the breath travel the whole length of your body. Good. Inhale, reverse warrior. Straighten that front leg. Fill up the space with breath once again. And then exhale, warrior two. Woo, energy. All right, hands come to hips. Turn your toes so that all 10 of your toes are facing the side of the mat. Hinging from the hips, let's come down into a wide forward fold. If it feels like a better idea, you could stay with a flat back here. Just take a moment. A little blood flow to your brain. You can bend and straighten your knees. Feel what's happening in your body right here, right now. Let the breath come in and go freely. And then rising back to your half lift, draw your heels in and your toes out enough that you can drop your hips and press hands to your thighs. So the toes are turned out. We're going to do what we call moonflowers or moon squats. Lift the arms high and then exhale straight up and straight down. Use that H sound with your breath. Remember, the goal is just to move the energy, the prana, the life force to every single nook and cranny. The pinky toe receives energy, the earlobes, lower back, your kidneys. Just move this energy to every single part of your body. An efficient little pumping system. 3 more. And then lifting up tall, we're just going to turn our bodies toward the back edge of the mat, coming forward and lowering ourselves down to a kneeling lunge. So the left foot should be in front this time. And we've got that nice hip flexor stretch. Take these moments in between movement to close your eyes and take a little journey inside your body. Where do you notice sensation? Where do you feel stretch? Where do you feel strength? Which parts are pinching right now, kind of closed off, and which parts are open? Just take a tour. Lifting up either onto a block or your front knee. Come up with a nice tall spine. Deep, slow breaths right here. And then if you like, you can lift your right arm toward the ceiling, or maybe back a little, come into a back bend. And the goal is lifting up more than back. And then the hand comes down. Let's tuck our back toes, lift the knee. And just feel a low lunge. Dropping the back heel, rising up into warrior one. Here we are. Gorgeous, beautiful. So on the inhale, reach the thumbs back a bit, and then slow flow, nice and easy over the leg. Let the movement come from the hip and the shoulders. Moving at your own beautiful and perfect pace. Just stirring up energy. That's all we're doing here. Things are getting stretched and strengthened for sure. But our goal is to distribute oxygen more efficiently to all the parts. Coming up high, interlace your fingers and go the awkward way. So you always go away with one thumb over, switch that. And then palms press up, palms to the ceiling, feet press down. Breathe into every inch between your palms and the bottoms of your feet. And then release, open into warrior two. We'll widen that stance a little bit. Turn to look over your left hand. The palms rotate up. And then we'll lift, straightening your front leg. Exhale back down. Move with your breath. So any of these movements that we're doing today, you can go back to these if you just need a little 3 or 4 or 5 minute energy break. Go back to a movement like this right in the middle of your day and just put in that breath. Works like magic. Side angle pose. Pause here, elbow to thigh. You can reach to the ceiling or over your ear. And wherever you are, you're just going to find a way for breath to come to the places where it doesn't always go. The hip crease, the outer leg, the ankle. Move the breath through. On the inhale, come back up, reverse warrior with a straight front leg. Just let that flood of oxygen come into that closed hip. And then come back to warrior 2. Hands to the hips, turn the toes. All right, so we're gonna heel toe in a little bit. Toes turn out and just kind of test your squat to see if those knees are going in the same direction as your toes. And now we'll do, let's do some sunflowers. So inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. This is a little bigger than those moonflowers. We're hinging from the hips, coming down to a flat back. So from the side, sunflowers look like this. A little bit more like a half lift. Now put in that breath. Go as fast as you comfortably can. It's not a race, but we really want to build heat and stir up energy. One more time. Reach high like a 5-pointed star. Take a deep breath in. And then slowly lower the arms on the exhale. Awesome job. Okay, feet close together for balance. So we're going to do another little balance flow. And I'll have you begin by just lifting a knee on an inhale and then setting it down. And then switching on the next inhale and setting it down. Just do that a few times, almost like you're marching in super slow motion. So you're just testing the water. And know that the softer the surface under you, the harder it is to balance. So if you can get yourself onto hardwood or tile, it's going to make your life a little easier. Yoga mats give us a little more challenge. All right, so on the next inhale, raise your left knee, eyes on one point, and let's lift the arms. And then slow motion, we're going to scoop that leg back to low lunge. And it might take a few like little toe touches to get there, but we're going to come right back up to balance. And slowly to our lunge. Just move with your breath, super slow, eyes on one point. If you're wobbling, if you fall, if you have to touch down, I'd like you to laugh at yourself. Like put a smile on your face and make this playful. Notice how we tend to get super serious when it comes to balance, like it's something we have to nail. It's not. Be playful. Let's leave that toe on the ground. Take a nice deep breath in, tall lunge. And on the exhale, hands to heart, hinge forward for twist. This is really the first big twist we've done today. And this is going to be really good to wring out the middle. Work like this creates a lot of byproduct, right? A lot of waste, a lot of toxins that the body now wants to get rid of. So exhale longer as you feel your belly squeeze in. And back to center, feet come together, rise. Woo. All right, my friends, balance on the other side. Let's stand on our left foot, lift the right. You're welcome to use a wall, a chair, anything that helps you succeed here. But most of all, I want you to just smile. I want you to laugh at yourself and laugh at this process of how ridiculous it is that we expect ourselves to nail things, to be perfect. And really, this is not the place for that, right? This is a yoga practice, a playful practice. Give yourself some grace. Give yourself permission to wobble, to fall, to stumble, and acknowledge that you keep coming back. One more time. And then once we feel that firm footing, lift up, come into your high lunge. Slow your breath. Good. And then hands to heart center, shift forward. Let's twist. So you might just picture all of the stress and tension you've been carrying with you, just leaving the building on these exhales. We've wedged it out of its tight hiding places, and now it's just leaving on your exhale. It's estimated that about 70% of the toxins that leave our body leave on our exhaled breath. More than sweating, more than excretion, just better exhales. Squeeze it out. And release to center. Let's let our fingers come to the floor. The back foot comes forward. Meet me in your favorite forward fold. Bent knees if you like. Gorilla, big toe, ragdoll. How do you like to stretch when you're just lengthening the back of your body? And then releasing the hands, press to shins, lift halfway. With soft knees, scoop the arms up, take a nice deep breath in. If you feel a little lightheaded, take your feet a little wider and come back to center. All right, one more breath practice here before we come to the floor. This is called breath of joy, and it's 3 sniffs in and 1 long exhale. So we're going to go inhale, arms forward, inhale, arms out, inhale even more, arms up, and then we bend our knees and we just throw it away on the exhale. So it's in, out. You are the conductor of the orchestra that's playing the soundtrack of your life. And you are in the scene of a joyful warrior today. And enter this day with joy. So I want you to just play this, just make your orchestra play this loud and bright and bold. In, ha. Two more. Inhale all the way up. Exhale loud and long as your arms melt to your sides. Pause right here and check in again joy, brightness, ease, and peace. Present and aware right here, right now. Everybody make this sound on your next exhale. Reach your arms and swan dive to forward fold. As your hands come to the mat, step back downward facing dog. Stay here if you like for a few more breaths, and we'll all meet in child's pose. We'll start to wind it down. So the knees come wide, maybe something under your forehead. And let's stay here for about 5 slow breaths. And when you feel ready, let's release and come down onto the belly. We're going to move into Locust Pose with an option for bow. So you get to choose. And we'll start with our arms at our sides, palms down. And then lift the arms, lift the shoulders, lift the chin. This is a great place to stay right here. This might be rejuvenating and perfect. If you'd like a little more, you could lift your legs. You could interlace your fingers, or you could bend your knees and grab your ankles for bow pose. Choose a back bend that feels rejuvenating to your body. Nothing to perform or achieve, just awareness, strength, breath. And then let's release. You can make a nice little pillow for your hands. Drop your chin or one of your cheeks, and then just wiggle your hips from side to side. Arms open out into a T. Let's do our favorite shoulder stretch. Bend one knee. Let's all bend the right knee. And then come over with that toe behind you. And you're stretching the front of your left shoulder. If that hurts, bring the arm closer to your body. And direct the breath right into that space in the front of the chest on the left side. Coming back to center, let's switch. Extend the right arm, bend the left knee. You can push with your hand if you like, and just roll over. Just what you need to feel the stretch in your right shoulder. And coming back to the center, let's bring our hands to our shoulders and slowly stretch up to our knees. Drop one hip to the ground and turn yourself around so you can come down onto your back. And once you get there, let's bring the knees toward the chest. Give a nice little squeeze, and then imagine gluing your knees together. Let's make circles with the knees. One direction. And then the other. You can close your eyes. You can put that soft grin on the inside of your lips. That softens the face. A smile can trigger the vagus nerve. And the vagus nerve is the nerve that's responsible for our relaxation response. Go ahead and let the heels, the knee, what are these? Their feet. The feet come to the ground. Heels a little closer to the hips. Let's lift up into bridge. Bridge is a heart opener, a hip extension. It's a joyful pose. It's an opening posture. So let's exaggerate a few more giant breaths here into the front of the body. If wheel pose is your jam, press your hands to the floor and lift up into wheel pose instead. Relax your jaw. Deepen your breath. And then as we release the hands, open the arms out wide, widen the feet, and just windshield wiper your knees from side to side. So we're getting ready to move into Shavasana, which will be our last asana for today. During this month, we focused on these poses as a way to prepare our bodies for rest. And since today was a more energetic practice, it's going to take a little more effort to come into stillness. Let your arms come closer to your sides, palms up. Extend your heels out toward the corners of your mat. Tuck your shoulder blades under you. Wiggle through the hips until you find an even place. Turn your head side to side until you feel like your body is in a place where it can be still. You might observe a beating heart or choppier breath. But I'd like to suggest that the pose name is Shavasana, and Shava means corpse. And the literal meaning is we die to our practice. We leave it behind. We let it go. And we lie in perfect stillness, much like a corpse would. I like the words of Rolf Gates, who says, we show up, we burn brightly in the moment, we work, and we live with passion. But when the moment is over and the work is done, we take a step back and we rest. Lying here, just aware of your breathing. And then be aware of fingers wiggling and toes moving. And start to stretch your body with a big yawn. Be aware of that. Notice what it feels like to stretch after a moment of rest. And after a stretch, roll over onto one side and pause for a moment in baby pose. A symbolic posture of after death is rebirth. We've let go of the past, even of this practice. And here we are in a new moment. And in any time we realize this, we get to step into the moment from a place of choice. We get to choose how we step into the very next moment. So choose joy for your very next breath and the very next activity you have on your schedule today. Choose to step in with joy. Let's come back to a seat with palms up on our laps, this gesture of being open and receptive. We're just going to finish with 10 Kapalabhati breaths. This is breath of fire. It's the skull shining breath. So it leaves you really bright and energized. And basically what it is it's forcing the exhale. So we're going to take a nice deep breath in. We're going to use the belly to pump the breath out 10 times. Ready? Exhale. Deep breath in. Hold the breath, hold the breath, hold the breath. And then slow exhale. Just observe the crown of your head, the light behind your eyes. Bring your hands together in front of your heart in a gesture of gratitude. May we walk into the rest of our day joyfully, and in doing so, may we bring joy to someone else. Namaste.